society. You're a crazy breed. I hope you're not lonely without me. Society, crazy indeed. I hope you're not lonely without me. Society, have mercy on me.
We just want to make sure that this process is done in a way that's voluntary.
You mean paying your taxes?
Yeah.
Whether it's voluntary or not? Well, it should be, but it kind of isn't really. So, yeah, it is. I have to pay mine too, you know. But,
we have much better services if they were voluntary. That's the whole point.
you think we would?
Absolutely. You get groceries, right? And
we're filmed. And we're filmed when we get groceries. In the liquor store, we're filmed.
Yeah, you get what you want, you pay for what you get, and it works out great.
Yeah. So anyway, you have to have permission to bring cameras in. So, and you know, if you would ask, I would ask if you would do it. If you want to turn them off, I will at least ask. Okay.
Is there an agreement? Do you have excuse me, do you have an agreement or a contract that I signed, maybe?
It's your obligation, just like the income tax.
Okay, but do you have like a maybe an itemized invoice that I could see what you owe me?
I don't want that. Sorry.
Oh, is this a public place?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Looks like the advertiser being called to sort the cameras out of the room. Why would you be uncomfortable with
Yeah,
cameras?
what's the matter?
Those cameras.
There's cameras.
There is one up there.
Yeah, but that's ours. That's not ours.
Oh, I see. So you guys get to have cameras, but
we
average people don't. Like, what's the problem with the camera?
You can publish my face in anywhere.
So what? But what do you have to hide?
I'm not hiding, but I'm not comfortable.
Oh.
We just want to make sure that we're doing the right thing.
What if we're not comfortable with these cameras? What happens if we're not comfortable with those cameras? I guess it's a one-way street here. Yeah. They get to look at us, but we don't. Yeah, I guess so. If there's actually copyrights in America, if people own their property, do they?
What do you think?
Well, it seems to me that there's kind of an involuntary transaction happening here.
Which is what?
Well, I want to know how this. These guys said I owe money, and I want to know how that obligation was created. Like, they wouldn't give me a bill. They wouldn't give me like an invoice of what I.
Do you have a bill?
I have this letter that I received in the mail.
But that's your tax bill, right? That's
Yeah, but I wouldn't know.
Are you Joseph?
That's me, yeah.
Okay, and so how much does it say you owe?
$2,000.
And why do you think you don't owe?
Well, I didn't make an agreement. They wouldn't give me an agreement. There's no
There's no
contract.
There's a state law.
That's just what somebody wrote down on a piece of paper.
But also, there's nothing I agreed to. There's no agreement that I signed.
Right. And none of us did. But the reality is we all have to abide by the law. And so if the state legislature passed the law, it becomes the law of the state, or the people voted in the law through the initiative process or whatever, then you pay. And if you don't pay, then you get penalties for not paying.
Well, the problem we have is that this whole process is not voluntary. It's not something that's chosen. It's
but
not
it's-
like
but it's
in
not.
the marketplace where a customer gets
Right.
a service, they pay for it, and they get what they want. Whereas this is being imposed on people against their will. Like it's
Well, I don't
it's a
agree with
coercive monopoly.
I don't agree with this.
Well, a large chunk of this is going to pay for someone else's education. I think that's pretty irresponsible.
I know I haven't
But,
been to school.
but you assume for a second that I have anything to do with it, and I don't. I just enforce the law.
Yes, there's tons of passing the buck in government. We all know this.
Well, it's not a buck tax.
Well, it is. I mean, the one lady said that this
Do you have
money
a tax
actually
bill?
goes to
Do
the
you pay a
state.
tax bill?
I try not to pay any tax.
Do you have a tax bill? Do you own any property?
I don't know.
So you wouldn't pay a tax.
No, I mean,
Because you
I
don't own
believe, I don't believe in shakedowns. I think people should actually own their
Now we're
property.
shaking everybody down.
This is America, right? Shouldn't we own property in America?
I'm with you. We should own property.
Yes. So that should be that we contract with people to get services. We don't have them imposed on us against our will.
Right. But I think you got a bigger beef with the state legislature.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I
where
got
the
lots of
issue
beefs.
is. So
I mean, we all generally like a free market. We're all basically
I'm with you.
voluntarians.
I'm with you.
And so the more things we can have done in a voluntary fashion, right? Rights respecting fashion,
Right.
then we have a win-win scenario. But here is like a win-lose scenario.
No, it's not. It's pretty simple. The law says he pays. If he doesn't pay, he gets penalized. And if he doesn't pay after 5 years, you sell the property.
This law,
That's
I
pretty
never agreed to
straightforward.
this thing. This law, you say.
And
I never
again-
signed anything. I never made an agreement.
Nor did I.
If I go to a
Nor
split,
did
if
I.
I get a bill from a
Nor did
company.
any of the
because
million
I
taxpayers
made
that always pay their taxes in San Diego County. So if you want to stand out alone, that's okay. Again, you have options, just like you said. This is a free country, and you cannot pay your bill, and you have the right to not pay the bill. But the law says that if you don't pay the bill, then we can impose penalties on you for not paying the bill. And if you don't do it for 5 years, we'll sell your property. But not in your case because you don't own property.
Okay.
We'll sell his property if
But
he
what-
doesn't pay in 5 years.
But that's actually theft. I mean, that means he
it's
didn't
not.
even actually own his property.
We're just enforcing the law.
Where is the law? Where does one derive?
If the theft, sorry, the law says that you have to take something from someone that you have no right to do, then isn't it immoral to follow that law?
Well, again, nobody's questioning your right to believe however you want to believe. It's a free country, as you said. And
No, it
if
should be
you
a free
want
country.
to believe that, you're welcome to do it, and you can test the system.
I'm
Dan,
just wondering.
do you consider yourself a moral person?
Sure.
And do you see stealing as being immoral, taking someone's property?
No. No. And
It's not immoral.
We're not stealing.
Really?
Really?
Can you give me this
So
money
tax
so I can
lien?
give it to these guys then?
I'm not sure I follow you.
Well, you just said stealing is not immoral, so then you'd be okay with giving
But I'm
me
not
money.
stealing. I'm enforcing the law.
No, but you said
You
that,
don't have the law
you
on your
said-
side.
You said that your organization would take my property if I don't
No,
pay what you
we
demand.
won't take your property. We'll just sell your property. After
Just sell
5
it.
years, if you don't comply
Where do you
with
derive
what
the
law
right to
says.
do that? That's
The law.
that's our issue.
It's a law.
Okay, so where does the law get the right to do that?
It's your legislators that pass the law.
Well, what
People
if we
you
don't want
voted
anything
into
to do with
office.
those strangers? We don't
I don't
know
want
them.
anything to do with
They
it.
represent you. Are you
They
registered to vote?
presume to represent us.
But you know what? It's a circuitous discussion, and it's one continuous circle that there's no
Make sure
end
the
to.
government is denying responsibility
And that's
for
your opinion.
really bad
And
actions.
that's your opinion. And
No,
that's
the marketplace doesn't do this kind of thing. Only government is the entity that
Right.
basically tells people
Right.
do this or else.
right.
And that's not a very healthy way to interact with people. And that's the
But
main issue.
again, it's not an issue for me. It's an issue for you.
So people that believe in liberty, it's an issue.
No, I think that's a gross overstatement.
What do you think, Jesse?
Doesn't matter what Jesse thinks, because we're all entitled to our own opinions. He may think like you think, he may think
But
like you think, but everybody's entitled to their own
But
opinion.
your opinion,
Jesse
what
or
happens
you
with
or
your
anybody
opinion
else.
down ultimately ends up with your organization taking my property. That's the difference between your opinion and mine. My opinion doesn't hurt anyone else. Your opinion hurts me. And if I resist the people that come to forcibly remove me, what's going to happen?
Right.